Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. Droid Life Show today, episode 192. It's Friday, December 14th. I'm Kellen. With me, Tim. Tim, say hi.
Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to Dab Friday.
Oh man, it is. It is a good Friday. So, kind of a special show. We teased it for a couple of weeks. We won't tease you any longer. So we got some what we think are pretty fabulous prizes to give away for our trivia. Because yes, it's trivia. Trivia is back once again. For those who don't know, at the end of the show, we do trivia, 5-question trivia. Give people prizes, fabulous prizes. Sometimes people sponsor, sometimes people don't. This week, no sponsor. We're just giving away. We're giving away some phones. We're giving away OnePlus 6Ts to, well, not just one.
Not just two.
Yeah, not just 2, 3, but we're all 5 people getting a OnePlus 6T today. Mirror black, 6 gig RAM. How much storage is in that? 128 gig, I think.
Too much.
Yeah, 6 gig RAM, 128. Mirror black, OnePlus 6T. Everyone that wins, the 5 winners, all getting a OnePlus 6T. So it should be great. It might get a little wild there in the chat. It might get feisty. It might get dirty.
It better.
The resolution might be really low. But yeah, we are. So we didn't hype this a lot because we really wanted to give back to the homies that hang out with us every Friday, that support the show every Friday. So yeah, we're not really announcing this. We're just gonna, all you guys, and I see a whole bunch of you in the chat that join us every single week. We appreciate you guys hanging out. So yeah, when we get to trivia, and the show might be semi-short, there's not a lot going on, we're gonna give away some damn phones. I'm pretty excited about it, actually. Somebody says, is it anyone in the world? That's a good question. I don't really think so. I think it's probably gonna be US only. Sorry. We'll see what we can do there, but it's probably gonna be US only. So anyway, so that's what we're doing. That's the trivia at the end of the show. We do have a handful of topics before we get there.
Just a handful, though. Nothing
Just a
crazy.
handful. All right, so yeah, we'll come back to trivia. So topics this week: Pixel 3 Lite. I hate that name, by the way. Pixel 3 XL Lite. Yeah, Pixel 3 Lite XL. I don't know. Actually, before we get going, we got 2 donations. Corey dropped $2, says dope in the chat. Shane dropped $5, says just chipping in to help you pay to ship my OP6T out to me. Nice. Already trying to get those bribes in. We appreciate that. Thank you guys for the donations. So yeah, Pixel 3 Lite, Pixel 3 XL Lite, we've got some fresh renders, probably exactly what the devices will look like, so we'll talk about that for a minute. Samsung announced a new phone, and it's not a phone that any of us will buy or be able to buy, but it's notable for one specific reason that relates possibly to the S10, and then we want to clown on Samsung for something else that's hilarious. Talk about YouTube Music for a second. There's a new version of the OnePlus 6T out. Essential is still alive and acquiring companies. There's some stuff to talk about, and then yeah, we'll get into trivia. So Pixel 3 Lite, Pixel 3 XL Lite, by no means official are those names. I can't imagine Google will call these phones the Pixel 3 Lite. It just sounds cheap. I think we've talked about this before. It sounds cheap. It's like when you call things mini, like Pixel 3 Mini, that would not be a good name either. So what we got though is, thanks to OnLeaks, we've got 3D CAD renderings of both phones. And we now know what these things are going to look like. We know where the ports are, the sizes, the shapes. I know these aren't official, but they are 3D CAD renderings. They're always based off of the schematics that case makers get. And OnLeak stuff is, I mean, I don't know. Have we ever seen CAD renders that were wrong? I don't, like, even when there was the Pixel Ultra or whatever that shit was called, that thing going down, like, we just pointed to his stuff and went, he doesn't have CAD renderings of this mysterious made up phone, you guys, like, just look at this. So so he's got renders of both phones, so Pixel 3 Lite and XL. They look very much like the smaller Pixel 3, no notch on either, including the big one, but it looks like they're going to basically be the same size, I think, as the 3 and 3 XL, just toned down specs slightly, no notch, and made of plastic. And they'll have headphone jacks. Which is, I just don't. I don't get that. Why is it that these cheap phones have headphone jacks and the high-end ones don't? And you're already spending bajillions of dollars on these high-end ones. The least they could do is not force you to buy Bluetooth headphones. I don't get it.
3.5 millimeter headphone jack. I mean, the spec itself, it's a mid-range spec. It's a low-tier spec.
At this point,
anyone who's anyone is not using a headphone jack. So we all know this. If you got the money, you're rocking that Bluetooth. Solo Beats by Dre or whatever, obviously I'm joking. I don't know why Google thinks it's necessary to have like a mid-range phone supposedly with a headphone jack, and then the high tier ones don't. It's very peculiar. Maybe because they're thicker and they're like, oh well, we can fit it, let's just do it. Yeah, I don't know. It could fit on this phone just fine, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know.
Yeah, these they don't look like they have the stereo speaker set up, right? It looks like they have bottom firing speakers. So maybe they're like, well, we didn't have to do the stereo speakers. We had room for a headphone. Either way, it seems really stupid.
It's peculiar.
But the phones look fine. As we talked last week, the big deal here is, are these going to be $600 or are they going to be $400? So that's kind of going to be the thing there. 1080p display, I think, on both. I mean, as long as like the camera is on point, like it is on the regular 3 and 3XL, and I'd imagine it probably will be, they should be nice little options.
Can it be though? I mean, we know that what Google is doing with the software is incredible. So is it really that much like the software and the tuning that happens after the photo takes place? Could you just put Google software on any old smartphone and it's going to be amazing pictures, or is it more to that? We simply don't know.
I think the short answer is yes, because look when the Essential phone came out and everyone was side loading the Pixel camera and it seemed to magically improve the pictures. So I actually kind of think
computational.
So. Yeah, I think it
interesting.
is actually.
It most certainly could be. However, I'm not going to have huge hopes that these phones will match what the Pixel 3 and 3 XL are able to do, but I guess fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
It's like the main reason I recommend this phone. You know, if you can get a cheaper version of this that has just as good of a camera and night sight and all that good stuff, why not? Why would you not do that? It's going to be the same software.
Especially when it comes to the Pixel 3. I mean, I would give up, if I could save $250, I'd probably give up the stereo speakers for a headphone jack. And assuming the camera was just as good, I'm sure the performance might take a little hit, but probably not much. I'm really interested just to see how they, so that's what I was just going to kind of get at. Like, I'm just interested to see how they sell, like where the placement is of these, because they have their own phone. And I know that Apple does this thing where last year's phone kind of gets bumped down. Well, now they have the 10R, which is kind of supposed to be this middle range, more affordable. But I mean, I'm curious to see where Google's going to place these. Are they going to be budget phones, or are they just going to be value buy? I don't know.
See, like to me, in my mind, the value buy right now would be a Pixel 2 and a Pixel 2 XL.
Right.
Those phones are still good phones, especially the Pixel 2 XL. Like, I would have no problem going back to that phone right now because it's still got one of the best cameras. It's still the same OS. I mean, it's a fantastic device. So, and this is going to have a Snapdragon 670, supposedly 1080p displays. I mean, why would you just not buy it? But if you can buy a Pixel 2 XL at a much discounted rate, like you can right now, why not just get that as your budget option? I don't get it. So I'm sure Google has some left to sell. I mean, they're still selling on Google Store.
Yeah, and they haven't really discounted them that much. Like $100 maybe, or $50, something like that.
You can still find them on sale though, and I guess that's my point. Like, if they're going to be like around $550, like that should be a fine option. Why settle for the plastic headphone jack option?
I don't know either. So we'll see, and we have no idea when they're going to introduce these, but I'm guessing probably MWC-ish.
That's also very weird timing because you're going to have the bulk of everything that's coming from Samsung and LG and all that hype going on with them, and then Google's like, okay, we're going to try and compete in this kind of second quarter market, which is just totally dominated by Samsung. That seems like bad timing.
So
Google's got their own niche. Stick to that.
They do, but in order to sell bajillions of phones, you have to like go lower priced. And Corey in the chat mentions guessing overseas only at developing markets. I don't know. I think the specs are high enough that I don't know that these are actually just for developing markets. But if they don't push them in the US, I could possibly see that.
Definitely.
I don't know. I mean, I'm at least interested to see what the hell they do, because I have no idea how they're gonna push these.
Right. Yeah. Very interesting. I could see that. I guess. Yeah, I like that. Who mentioned that in the chat?
Corey.
Good thinking, Corey. I'm with Corey.
All right, so moving on from that, because we just don't really know much else there in terms of pricing or availability. So Samsung had an event in China this week, and they unveiled the Galaxy A8s. And not a bad looking phone. Specs aren't terrible. 1080p display, 6 or 8 gig RAM, 128 gig storage, Snapdragon 710, triple rear cameras. It's kind of got a lot of stuff going on. It doesn't look bad. Why it's super notable, though, is because it's the first with their Infinity O display. So they showed these off at their developer conference, display with a circle hole punch cutout rather than a notch. So this is their first phone where they're kind of giving us a preview of maybe what Galaxy S10 could look like. And it's kind of great in a way because even though it's still technically sort of a notch and it blocks content possibly, they clowned everyone for the notches last year, right? Now they may not do a notch. They might just do this hole punch thing. So I guess good for Samsung. They win that battle. It looks fine. I think it's only going to China, right? I don't think it's just like coming here or anything. We don't know.
As for right now, just China. But I mean, it's reported that the S10 is going to look like this, except be, better. So it's a good thing to keep in mind. I mean, if you like the look of this, then you should probably plan on picking up an S10 early next year.
Do you like the look of this?
I do like the look of this.
I kind of do too.
It's definitely different, which is fine. I guess it's kind of hard to just picture it. I want to see it like against a black notification bar, what it looks like, with the wallpaper.
Yeah.
Notches have a way of affecting the way a wallpaper is on the phone, especially the Pixel 3 XL with its massive notch. So just a cutout like that, I'm interested to see how it plays, but I'm sure it'll be fine. It's better than the notch, like the big notch. So.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't look as silly as the Pixel 3 XL. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, like where is my clock in the notification bar going to go, though? Right? Like, I still got to see how that plays out.
Yeah, they're really just going to have to shift everything slightly over, which will take a little bit of getting used to, I think. A lot of people in the chat are like, it should just be centered, and I think I kind of would tend to agree. I think initially I was like, no, this is different and cool, but I think I actually do tend to agree with that.
I could kind of agree with that. Or why not the bottom right corner? Like, just get it out of the top to not mess with notifications at all.
Remember Xiaomi did that with the first like Mi Mix, I think. They put it in the bezel at the bottom, so they had a bezel-less phone up top, and you had to like flip your phone over to do selfie pictures, and everyone complained about that, and I actually thought it was kind of an interesting idea, but yeah.
I mean, someone was saying in the chat like, oh, it was Guy, of course. Oh my God, you both like the look of a Samsung phone. I've always kind of enjoyed the Samsung hardware and stuff. Kellen will say like, "Oh yeah, this looks good" for like
it 5 minutes. Goes off
and then
and
once he gets it, he's gonna be over it. So because it's gonna be glass, it's gonna be metal, and he's over it.
Yeah, over it. It is funny though, because you do tend to like their style, and I do initially, and then I always am like, I'm just over this crap. Like I picked up the S9 when it had the first One UI beta a week ago, and I actually kind of like the One UI software, and so I was like, maybe I'll just use this for a while and give it a go. It lasted about a day. And it wasn't the software that annoyed me. It was actually the hardware. There's something about Samsung phones. I think it's the curved display stuff. I don't like the curved stuff at all. So I actually wish they would ditch that. I just like flat displays. But either way, this looks kind of nice. In related news, though, at this event, and this is just more hilarious than anything, Samsung stood on stage. This is Samsung China, by the way. And whoever the presenter was, some executive, I believe, from Samsung China, he stood up and goes, all right, we have like this cool announcement. We're partnering with Supreme, and we're going to do a collaboration in China with Supreme. And these two dudes walk up on stage, supposedly the CEOs of Supreme. And they say, yeah, we're going to open this flagship store in China. It's going to be like multi-floor. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. We're coming. It's going to be this huge, huge partnership. And people watching went, wait a minute. Those dudes don't work for, those aren't the CEOs of Supreme. And Supreme isn't in China. And wait a minute, this looks weird. And by the way, for those who don't know, Supreme is a fashion brand. It started as like a skate brand, and they've kind of become this like iconic streetwear brand. And and they do partnerships with people all the time. So Samsung could be a potential partner for them. They're based out of New York, though, and their CEO was not on stage. And so especially the fashion people of the world went, wait a minute, that's not Supreme. And it turns out Samsung partnered with a replica or fake Supreme. It's actually called Supreme Italia, and they won like this bogus like copyright or patent thing in Italy because Supreme failed to secure their patents or copyrights there. And so this Supreme Italia is like actually given the okay to present Supreme stuff in Italy, and they're a garbage fake company. I mean, they're not real, and Samsung apparently didn't realize that initially how bad that would look. So anyway, they did say that. Everyone called them out, and they said, no, we know this is Supreme Italia, not the real Supreme. And everyone went, well, that's terrible. You know it's the fake Supreme. They've since now come out and said, we're gonna reevaluate this partnership. I mean, come on, Samsung. I know in the grand scheme of things, this isn't that big of a deal, but like,
it's not that big of a deal, but it's not a great look. It's not I mean, I don't know who's running things over there, but it shouldn't be them. It should be me. Because I mean, I wouldn't make such a foolish decision such as that. Or I would at least try and get the real Supreme. You know, like if we can't have the real Supreme, then don't do it.
Right.
Like we're not doing Supreme Italia. Sorry. No. And the fact that, you know, it's the Supreme logo. It's the same exact logo that's used in the US, but it doesn't have to say Italia anywhere, even though it is Supreme Italia. That's just sort of, that's annoying. I mean, there's something wrong with the whole trademark thing across countries. There's like a disconnect going on. Yeah. I don't know anything about the law, but it's obviously effed up.
I mean, I think part of it is just Supreme New York failed to secure that stuff globally in other countries. Sure. Like that's kind of on them for sure. But the fact that a company can just copy their logo and name and sell stuff that looks exactly like that's kind of a bad deal.
It's kind of sad.
It is. But Samsung should know better. You can't partner with the fake Supreme and tout it as this like big partnership. And Supreme New York's like, look, we don't sell anything in China. We don't have a store in China. We're not coming to China. We weren't on stage with Samsung. And Samsung's like, we know this isn't the New York one. Just not a good look.
I guess, you know, if they can already sell, say they aren't in China, but if they already like kind of sold goods in China, like say China's market is Supreme Italia, then maybe, I don't know, I'm not in China. I don't know how big Supreme Italia is in China.
They're not there yet. They said they're opening like a giant store, yeah.
Well, maybe opening a store, but like maybe the goods were already being like imported in and people already know about the Supreme brand.
Which they may be doing. They may be doing, yeah. Either way, it's not.
Either way, it's trash. Yeah. It's total nonsense.
Yeah. I mean, and whether you like Supreme or not, like I actually do not like Supreme, but I understand fake and real. So,
sure,
pretty bad. Anyway, let's move out of there. Samsung did back away from it though, so that's pretty funny. Let's see. So this week I pointed out that YouTube Music is supposed to be the future of Google's like music streaming options, and Google Play Music is supposed to die. I think last year or earlier this year, I should know when we reported this. I think it was earlier this year. We reported that a source told us that Google Play Music was going to die by the end of the year, and YouTube Music would replace it. And Google didn't deny that. They said, "Look, we've kind of been open," which I don't really think. Ooh, my Google Assistant's going off. They said we've been open about this, which I don't think so. But they said we've combined the teams of Google Play Music and YouTube Music because we only want one music offering, and that offering will be YouTube Music going forward. So it's been kind of a rocky start for YouTube Music. It was really confusing for a while there, and none of our Google Play stuff is like intermixed with it. And so I was pointing that out this week that it's December, middle of December, almost the end of the year. And Google told us in May, like at some point, we're going to migrate Google Play Music playlists and all your collections and all that stuff over. Well, they haven't done that yet. So I haven't even attempted to use it because I don't want to like manually set up playlists, add stuff to my library and all of that stuff. So I asked Google for comments and well, we never did hear back, but we're almost at the end of the year and I don't know what the hell's going on. Have you used YouTube Music at all?
What's YouTube Music? No, I have not. I tried, right when all that hype was going around, like, oh man, YouTube Music's coming. I was like, wait, this is like a half-baked concoction that sucks. Yeah, for sure. So it's not ready yet, for me at least, because I have like a huge music library. Not only is it things that I've added from their servers, but of course stuff that I've uploaded.
Right.
And I can't find that stuff anywhere else. And if it's not going to be manually or automatically put over there, then don't think I'm going to take the time to do that again on another service. It's not happening. It makes me really sad, though, that I'm not a Spotify user because I know everyone loves Spotify. Every time I try and send a link to a song to someone, they're like, oh, is it on Spotify or something? I'm like, oh, no, I'm going to send you a janky Google Play Music link. Sorry.
Their links are the worst, too, yeah.
I know.
They redirect to some store that's not actually the player, and then like getting those to work together never works. Yeah, it's really bad.
Jesus, Google. But so either way, it makes me sad I'm not a Spotify user. However, I mean, I'm into that $7.99 from the launch price. I'm not getting rid of that. And it comes with the YouTube Premium and all that. There's no way I can give that up. So
yeah, for sure.
Damn it, they got me.
Yeah, they did. Before we keep going too far, Jordan dropped $2 donation, says, my favorite Android podcast. Y'all crack me up. Thanks for the donation. We like to think we're semi-entertaining from time to time. Are we?
We're not
a little bit
too robotic, hopefully.
Yeah, there's some personality, hopefully. Thanks for the $2, Jordan. Yeah, so I haven't used YouTube Music at all because like the app looks kind of slick. I like the dark layout of it, you know, because Google Play Music basically doesn't get new features or updates anymore because they want to shut it down, but they haven't actually done any of that. So the YouTube Music looks nice. I would love to give it a shot. But I actually have migrated somewhat over to Spotify, and it is really great. I also do have still my $7.99 Google Play Music, just mostly so that I don't get the ads on YouTube at this point. And I will never give that $7.99 up, I don't think. But yeah, the YouTube Music thing is I don't really get it because it was supposed to be the thing, and it's not really the thing. It got, what did it get? Some trending lists. They announced that it got trending. Yeah, like that's something you announce. Like, announce the migration. Yeah, it's very odd. In other Google news, which is just heartbreaking, Google Plus is shutting down earlier than expected. I know it's really sad. So we knew Google Plus was terrible, and they decided they were going to shut it down because they had like a possible security breach that affected millions and millions of people. Well, they found another one. In April. No, that's just when it's shutting down in April now. When did they find the new one? Just recently? They found like a hole, and they don't think anyone accessed it or whatever, and it was like affected 52 million people or something like that. Yeah. So instead of shutting down in August, they're going to shut it down in April.
Good.
Yeah, seriously. It's funny when we first announced that it was going away, like you and I said, look, we're never posting to Google Plus ever again from Droid Life. And a few people were like, no, you should wait until the end. And we said, no, we really don't have to wait. Sorry, what were we saying?
Nothing. I was just I wanted to clarify something in the chat. We have used YouTube Music just because I feel like it's our job to try it, but it's not ready. It's not a good product yet. So I haven't fully gone over to YouTube Music. I have tried. I have it downloaded on my phone. Like it's ready to be used. I can't use it. So
yeah, I mean that's kind of part of it. Is mostly that we haven't used it because our music isn't there, and it was supposed to be. Well, at least we thought. At least we thought it was supposed to be.
We're ready. Yeah,
I definitely want to give it some spin.
Once it's a working app, I'll definitely try.
Once the new features aren't just trending lists. Jesus. Somebody in the chat did say that the audio quality is terrible on it. Is that really true? Because there's audio quality settings, I believe, aren't there?
I thought the same thing. It sounds like you're trying to watch a YouTube video like over 480, and it just like doesn't sound very good.
That's not good.
I don't know what's up with that. It could just be me. I doubt it, though. I'm really glad someone else said that the quality's not good.
Okay.
And maybe I'll play with the sound settings, even though I feel like I have tried that. So
I thought that was supposed to be one of the features, was like better audio quality. Maybe not.
I don't know. Either way.
Because you can adjust them. I was playing with it the other day, and you can definitely adjust them.
Yeah, you can adjust it on cellular, like mobile network or Wi-Fi. And mine was set to high for Wi-Fi and just normal for mobile. I haven't messed with the equalizer, so maybe I'll try the equalizer.
Oh, there you go.
I don't know. I shouldn't have to fuck with it. Excuse me. I shouldn't have to mess with an equalizer to get some good sound. But maybe I do.
Maybe you do. Yeah. Let's see. OnePlus 6T. I think this was Monday. OnePlus announced that the 6T comes in a McLaren Edition. And well, we knew this was coming, but they actually announced it this week, and it's already on sale. McLaren Edition, $700 if you are interested in it. Available right now. Actually, it was available yesterday. I do not believe it's sold out. Let me look. Looking. In terms of upgrades, it has 256 gigabytes of storage and 10 gigabytes of RAM. So it's got, you know, the extra RAM going on there and maxed out storage. No, it's out of stock. It's gone. So 10 gig RAM, 256 gig storage, and then they improved the charging. They're doing Warp Charge 30 charging. I mean, that's quite the name. That's catchy. Warp Charge 30. It's basically 30-watt charging. So it's super fast, and it won't overheat your phone. And if you're gaming and watching movies and stuff, it'll still do super fast charging. So even faster than their dash charging, which was already stupid fast. So that's kind of cool. Also in the box, you get a little piece of McLaren carbon fiber and a commemorative book and carbon fiber wrapped case and all that stuff. And the phone itself has like an orange little tint on the bottom, and then it's kind of got a carbon fiber sticker underneath the glass. Some pictures look cool, and some of them do not, I don't think. And it says McLaren on the back, on the bottom.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly looks kind of, it looks kind of cool.
Well, there's this like one press picture where it has like this blue like light shining, and you can really see like the orange trim, and you can really get a good look at the carbon fiber. But any of the like hands-on photos and pictures and videos I've looked at, they don't really look that great. So like in this press photo, it looks really cool, and then in all other applications, I don't know that it looks that cool. I don't think I would agree. Yeah. But it's sold out anyway, so you can't have one. Yeah, $700.
I mean, which is a totally fine price for some devices. I guess for this, you're just really paying for the ridiculous 10 gigs of RAM that you don't need, a lot of storage, and fast charging.
Other than extra goodies in the box.
Sure, I don't want that stuff though. Like,
yeah, I don't really either. The fast charging I want.
Exactly. I'm not Marquez Brownlee. I'm not, vlogging around in a McLaren or anything like that. So it's a perfect phone for some people.
So one thing I find kind of annoying about it, though, is we talk about how, like, it started with the 3, I think, like the 3 and the 3T. Remember, we still kind of complain. We're like, oh, the upgrades. This phone's only a couple months old, and you're already upgrading my phone. I just bought one, and like the 5 and 5T and 6 and 6T, whatever. So this one, now we have 3 levels, right? Like we got the 6 in May or whatever. Now we got the 6T, which wasn't a huge upgrade, but some of the stuff was like the display has a smaller baby teardrop and all that stuff, right? And they took away the headphone jack and the in-display fingerprinter. But then this one, like, you get more RAM, and this wasn't available initially, but you get more RAM, and then you get the special charging. I wish someone, and maybe someone has done this. Like, I know XDA did a test with the charging and showed like how fast it was and stuff like that. I want to see somebody try that charger on just a regular 6T, because like, I seriously wouldn't be shocked if it works. Because you can't tell me they completely changed an internal component inside to be able to use that 30-watt charging. And maybe they did. Maybe they did. But it just really seems like they just created a charger and threw it in the box. So somebody should test, like, to see if it charges an actual regular 6T fast. And maybe somebody's done it, but I wouldn't be surprised if they sell this thing separately. Like in a month, they'll go, here's the 30-watt warp charger, whatever the hell it's called, right?
Boy, I don't know. That'd be that'd be intense. If OnePlus liked us enough, they could have sent us a phone and we could do the testing ourselves, but
that's true, but they didn't.
No,
not very nice of them. So anyway, that's out now. You can't buy it. It's already sold out. So.
Dang it.
Yep. Let's see. In related OnePlus news, they mentioned this week to PC Mag that their sales are up like 250%, 249% to be exact, since they started partnering with T-Mobile, which is good for them. Not surprising. That's why all these carriers in the U.S. want. It's kind of sad that that's how you have to sell phones in the U.S. is through a damn carrier. But that's huge for them. I mean, up 249% is significant, and it's basically thanks to being on T-Mobile. So.
Yeah, unfortunately, most Americans are crippled by massive amounts of debt and don't have that type of cash just sitting around for out-of-pocket smartphones. So they rely on monthly bill payments, etc. And that's just the way it is, unfortunately. But yes, OnePlus has discovered that if you're on a carrier, you will sell more phones in America. I didn't think it was very shocking news. It was nice for them to even give a specific number in terms of percentage up in the U.S. We still don't have like total number of sales, right. But still, nice piece of info there from OnePlus to PC Mag. Props.
Yeah, good stuff there. I mean, it's nice to see a company announce that they are doing well, because everyone else's numbers don't seem to be, quite as awesome. Like LG constantly tells us that their mobile division needs a new executive because they can't sell phones, and OnePlus is like, no, we're just killing it.
LG's out here playing musical chairs with their executives, man.
They really are.
I'm next. I hear I'm next in line to be head of mobile.
That'd be great. Actually, I don't think I would take that job if I was you.
I would totally take that job if I can have real control. I would. I'd get it done. I would make a winner.
It would actually be kind of a fun challenge to try to like help a company like LG turn it around if they would listen, right?
Exactly. That would actually be, if any of your developers are listening, that would be a very fun mobile game. You have just been put in control of HTC. Your job is to save it from going under and into oblivion. That would be
kind of fun.
It's a fun kind of RPG-ish strategy adventure game.
It would be pretty great, actually. LG, if you're listening, we're for hire. Yeah. All right, let's see. Essential news, which I just didn't think we'd have Essential news for a while, but Essential acquired a company who no longer actually makes a product, which is weird. I'll try to explain that. So Essential acquired Cloud Magic, who used to make Newton Mail, which was a mail app that people liked, I think. It was one of those smart mail apps that I think did a bunch of AI stuff, right? So anyway, Cloud Magic shut Newton Mail down because they couldn't make any money from it. People liked it and blah, blah, blah. And essentially Cloud Magic does something now. They must just be using some of their AI smarts or licensing it to people in order to like stay in business as a company, I think. I'm not totally sure on that. But Essential bought them. And so we're just assuming, right, that the rumor is they're coming out with some AI powered phone that does everything for you. And I guess Cloud Magic's smarts probably fit into that. The sucky thing there is that probably means Essential is going to make an email app, which means they're not going to want using Gmail and stuff. Like we all just use Gmail, don't we? I think. So anyway, Essential's alive, and they actually bought a company.
Man, do we know sales numbers on that?
How much they spent? I don't think so. At the time, they just confirmed that they had acquired them. I don't know that anyone has the numbers.
Can't be for much, right?
I don't know.
Like they probably just purchased like the tech, the IP.
Basically, I'm just gonna see if TechCrunch like updated. Doesn't look like it. Don't know.
Xavier in the chat says he uses Yahoo Mail, so everyone has his info. Man, like I still have my Yahoo account. I haven't checked it in years. It feels like.
I haven't either.
Still got
I'm just hoping that the password that I had there just was like some really, really old password I've never used again. Because, good Lord, people are probably in my life if not.
Yeah. I mean, everyone had Yahoo. Like I don't know what else you'd be. I guess AOL, but Yahoo
Hotmail. It was Hotmail and Yahoo.
Hotmail and Yahoo, yeah.
Like my brother, shout out my brother, still uses Hotmail. And I think his wife does too. And so they send like emails every once in a while. I'm like, what is this? Like it's always flagged as spam. That's actually not true. But so for a while, like I would email his Gmail account because that's like what normal people do, right? And he wouldn't respond. And I'd be like, Joel, I emailed you. And he'd be like, I didn't get it. And I'd be like, I sent it to your Gmail. And he's like, I never used that. What? What do you mean? This was like 5 years ago. He's still got that Hotmail.
Man, that's crazy. Sometimes I'll get emails from people from Yahoo or Hotmail, and it's always going straight to spam. That's very interesting.
Yeah. So if you ever see my brother again, make sure you make fun of him for that.
Shouty.
Clinton in the chat says I have Hotmail. Are you still using it though? Like as your main email? I had one obviously for a long time, and it just became filled with so much spam that I couldn't wait to switch over to Gmail.
Hotmail. Man, throwback.
Yeah.
Flashback Friday. Good Lord.
Speaking of flashbacks, Nova Launcher celebrated a birthday this week. Nova Launcher is 7 years old. 7. I cannot believe Nova Launcher is that old, and that we've been doing this long enough to know that Nova Launcher is 7 years old. That's kind of crazy. So Nova Launcher, we looked at it today. The first write-up was basically when Ice Cream Sandwich came out. And Ice Cream Sandwich launcher, the stock launcher, they moved widgets into the app drawer. Do you remember that? Like when you opened your app drawer, there's like that tab for widgets. And people complained so much that when Nova Launcher came out, they gave you back the long press to choose widgets. And that was like the big selling point of Nova Launcher. Yeah, it was like, well, because Google took away the like long press to choose widgets. So they brought that back. And so I just looked at like the screenshots, and man, the icons have come a long, long way. I mean, just the whole UI in general. But
I loved Ice Cream Sandwich as a look, you know, from Tron and Honeycomb all the way up to ICS and Jelly Bean. Like, I actually really enjoyed that Android look. It was very dark, and loved it very much.
With just the blue like accent.
Yeah, it was a nice little accent color. However, Nova Launcher, I'm glad I stuck with it, because when I first started using it, you know, an ADW was coming out, and of course, what was it, Launcher Pro was dying. I was like, you know, Launcher Pro or Nova Launcher, this is like my one. You know, I actually really like it. I spent the money for the Prime, and it's been the best $5 I've ever spent in my Android history, easily. Yeah. And if it wasn't, you know, for me just really liking Google's own launcher now on the Pixel, I'd be using it on every phone. But yeah.
Yeah, as I mentioned in this little write-up today, that on Samsung and LG phones, when I'm done reviewing them, if I still use them, I typically put Nova on immediately. But yeah, on Google's, I kind of like their basic stock launcher at this point. But
it just works.
Yeah, the Ice Cream Sandwich, like these screenshots show that was when we got that wallpaper that had the floating bubbles in the background, the like purple and blue, which was awesome. Actually, I kind of want to use that again. I want that wallpaper
back. I've tried to find it, and there's like a sort of a janky app that kind of recreates it. It's not the, I want like the OG, and then the one that came with there was like a white Nexus S, I believe, and it had the red, you know, the red version of that. Man, that was hot.
It was, yes, I do remember that actually. It was on all of the Google Play Edition phones.
Yep.
The red version ones. Google needs to do, in their wallpapers app, do the retro wallpapers and just reload all the old Nexus and Google like stuff. That would be awesome.
Oh yeah, the one you could tap on with the colors, man, from back in the day. Oh man.
You remember that? That old Nexus one?
For that.
Hell yes. Because they just up the res on them all and they look great. Man. I wish they'd bring it. And they could just slide that right into a little folder in the wallpapers app. Come on, Google.
I'll be tweeting after this.
Yeah. So anyway, Nova Launcher is 7. It's come a long ways. And yeah, Nova Prime is $5. That's do a couple of Google survey opinion rewards for a while, and you'll just pay for that thing. And you probably should. It's definitely worth it. Let's see. We asked a poll this week, just said how much phone storage is enough storage. And the reason we asked is because the OnePlus 6T McLaren has like 250 gigs storage. The Note 9 goes up to 512 with an optional SD slot that supports another 512. You could have a terabyte there. Pixel 3 starts at 64 and goes up to 128. And I was curious because you and I change phones all the time. I rarely come close to filling up a phone. I think my Pixel 2 XL last year was only a 64 gig. And I think I was getting semi-close, probably because I took a trip and downloaded a bunch of music and a couple of movies. And like this 3 I have, this little guy, it is the 128 gig model, and I've used 35 gigs, which seems like a lot. I think it's because I have stuff downloaded from a trip, but I never get close because we switch phones all the time. I'm just curious, like what people thought would be like the optimal amount these days. 41%, 128 gig, and then 64 gig was at 38%. So it was right there. So basically 80% said either 64 or 128. And then some people were like 512, and it's like, what the hell are you doing with your phone that you need 512? Yeah,
lots of prawn.
Basically, yeah. What was the last time you got close, or has it been like so long you don't even remember?
It's been a long time since I've even gotten close. I feel like, you know, back when like 16 gigs was a thing, it was like all the time, or 32 or whatever. But I was just looking, and I'm at 34.5 gigs out of my 64 gig on the Pixel, and 7.5 gigs of that is just photos and videos because I was in Hawaii and I still haven't like wiped that because I get a little worried like when it says we backed everything up to Google Photos. Like I don't know if I trust you totally. I have like swimming with turtle photos and videos. Like if I lose those, I'm gonna lose it. So for now, I'm just gonna keep them on my phone. But yeah, 34 and a half out of 64, halfway. I'm fine.
I was trying to see what mine is. 17 gig is other apps, so it's just a bunch of apps. I don't know. It must be all like the kitty games.
Yeah, all your kitty games. Yeah,
there's so many kitty
other
games.
apps. I have like Airbnb, Alaska. Like it's pretty much all my apps. It seems to be under other apps. So.
Yeah, an 11 gig system. God, Google's version of Android is getting a little bloaty. 11 gigs.
You only have 11? I got 12. Oh, you're on the
system.
Pixel 3, not the XL.
Yeah, there must be something different about that.
Yeah, I'm on the 12.
So anyway, most people say 64, 128, which
Good.
I guess is about right, which is Pixel 3, Pixel 3 XL, and they're probably just voting for their own phone, which is fine.
Yeah, Sean in chat says if you are in rural America, the more storage, the better. I don't know why that is. Like they need more movies or entertainment on their phones, I guess.
Yeah, what does that mean? What does that mean? That's really funny. That is completely random, like thought or stat.
Well, maybe like they have to like download Google Map coverage areas or something.
It could be.
And
Chris says
America?
Exactly, Sean.
Exactly, Sean.
Wait,
like,
what
does this mean?
Yeah, explain this. I want to know. Can't stream as much. Slow connectivity. Got it. Makes sense.
That's fine. You want to keep stuff on your phone. I get that. That's cool.
Sense. All right.
I'll allow it.
A city elitist? What do you mean? We just stream everything. Sorry, guys. We're totally stupid. We do live in a city and we are totally privileged.
Exactly.
I get it now. Okay.
That's our bad.
Lastly, just really quick Pi updates because phones still are getting the Pi update. OnePlus 5 and 5T got Pi in beta. If you're curious about running a beta, it's not stable. So if you flash that, you'll be stuck on beta unless you flash back to stable, and you'll have to factory reset. So you may not want to do that, but both of those are. So that means stable should be coming soon. Motorola announced that the Moto X4 and the Moto 1 are getting Pi this week, which is semi-significant just because the X4 is an old phone at this point, right? Isn't the X4 like a year and a half old or something? I guess it runs such clean Android that maybe it's easy to update. And I know there was an Android 1 version of it. Yep. And the Moto 1 obviously runs Android 1. But that's, a decent deal. But where's the Z3? Like Motorola has new phones, Z3, Z3 Play, G6, I think it's G6 was this year. None of those have Pi, and they went with the X4 and Moto 1. Kind of weird. Anyway,
Pi.
Pi.
It's a good time to bring up that Google has yet to update the distribution numbers since, what was it, October? So we have no idea where Pi is sitting at in the grand scheme of things. Probably like less than 1% still.
So Google added a note to their distribution number page the other day that said we're having issues or something with the tool and they're fixing it, and so they just don't want to post the numbers. And they'll be back shortly or something.
I just don't think they want us to embarrass them.
Probably not.
Blast them on the streets again.
Probably not. Yeah.
It's so bad.
It's so bad.
Come on. Anyway.
I don't think I have any more topics. Dang. Do we want to give stuff away?
Short show. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Do the people want stuff? I don't know.
Do you guys want to win some phones? I'm actually excited to see that no one ran out and told the world that we were about to give away 5 phones, because the audience is about what we normally have. So that's good. So it's like normal chances for everyone, which is good because it's all the regulars, which is great.
Exactly. Which is exactly what we wanted. We did not want to hype this up and get a bunch of freaking, strangers in the chat.
Yeah.
We want our folks to get it.
Yeah.
So.
All right, cool. Well, are you turning the lights on? Yeah. It's trivia dance.
Yep.
Trivia dance. Oh, by the way, somebody asked what the lights are behind me. These are the new Nanoleaf Canvas, the square touch panels that you can rub and touch and do all sorts of stuff. They're pretty great. Tim's got the triangular ones that are blasting on his face right now. These are the new canvas ones. I'll probably review these at some point.
You should.
And they are fantastic. I absolutely love these damn things. They're just stupid expensive, but I would put them like everywhere in my house if possible. So
yeah, a quick note to all you would-be phone winners today. Due to the sweetness of the prizes we are giving away, I have upped the difficulty level of these questions quite significantly. So I'm pretty sure you'll have to Google basically everything, but
yeah, probably.
I want to make sure people got to put in a little bit of work for the questions. Yeah, and that's all there is to it. So I would probably like pull up 2 browsers, one for the chat, one for the, audio, one for the Google machine, all that good stuff. You guys know how to do it. I don't have to tell you guys how to play.
Yeah. So anyway, if you are new though,
welcome.
It's DL trivia time. What we do at the end of every show, well, just about every show, we do a trivia, 5 questions, 5 people win, and you win fabulous prizes. All you have to do is we'll shout out a question and put it up on the screen, and then you have to answer. And in the chat on YouTube, if you're watching live, you just type away, and if you're the first to answer correctly, you win. That's pretty much it. It's really easy. And we just look at the chat, and whoever pops up with the correct answer first on our screen, because your screen might be a little different. And I'm saying this especially because I know people are going to be might be fighting a little bit. We got to go with what's on our screen, and we'll probably be sure to screenshot it today so you guys can see that we promise you what we're seeing is what we go with. So that's pretty much it. We throw a question up, you type in the answer. Some people drop down to audio only or 144p, whatever, to get that that super clean connection. That's just, there's no latency. It's just right there. There's like a van pulling up right there. I think that's Eric Ortiz just pulled up in my driveway, I think. That's pretty much it though. So we got 5 questions, and that's it. And then we'll get you and this week we're giving away OnePlus 6Ts, 6 gig 128 gig versions, mirror black. That's what we're doing.
Hell yeah, let's do it. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too. All
right, well, if you're ready.
Oh boy. Yeah,
let me just flex on them right quick. All right.
I think I'm ready.
Fantastic. All right, so again, they're somewhat difficult, but not that. Well, you know what? They're pretty difficult. So here we go. Question number 1, please.
Question number 1 going up now.
What is the Pixel 3 XL's FCC ID? We're looking for specifics here. What is the Pixel 3 XL's FCC ID? It is a string, not too long of a string, but it is a string of letters and numbers.
Oh man.
And you could Google this type of stuff.
Ooh, Ty is so close.
So close, Ty.
It's the wrong one.
Yep.
It's the wrong one. Oh, there's there we go.
There we go. I'm seeing Shane Milton with the correct answer.
Shane who donated.
Yeah.
Shane is actually first. It's the C on the end. A lot of people had Go13A. C is actually the 3XL. A is the regular Pixel 3. So yes, Shane Milton, who tried to bribe us earlier, actually did win. Oh man, that's hilarious. Did you screenshot that just to be safe here?
Absolutely, can do.
Shane,
congratulations,
congrats
Shane.
on the 6T.
Fantastic. Yeah, they were a couple of those were coming in quick, and I was like, oh boy. Then
yeah, the A4R Go13A is the Pixel 3. The 3XL is C.
And Brett, you were right behind him, buddy. Nice try.
Yeah.
All right.
That's too funny.
Okay.
All right.
Well, congratulations to Shane. Let's go ahead and kick it off as soon as I put down Shane's name here so I don't forget. All right. Question number 2, please. This is another fun one.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
Question number 2. Going up now.
What is the OnePlus 6T's weight in kilograms? KG, baby KG. What is the OnePlus 6T's weight in kilograms?
I almost spit out my drink there.
I I'll tell you, it's going to be a 0 followed by a decimal point followed by a string of numbers.
I don't know how exact you want to get, but I see some 3-digiters that are.
If you want
there.
I will allow the point and then followed by 3 decimal places.
All right,
so whoever had 0.185 first.
I mean, I see the van outside. Just got it.
Oh no. Eric Ortiz. Yep, I'm seeing it. Eric Ortiz first.
Followed by Zach Webb, but Eric Ortiz is showing up first on ours.
Yep.
Eric Ortiz.
0.185.
Yeah, just wave at
Man,
him. Hey, Eric. Good job, buddy.
Hey, Eric. Eric's got that good connection, man.
Yeah, 0.185, sorry.
Nice. And then also, I want to know, maybe in your email to me, Eric, or to Kellen, whoever's doing that, I want to know how you got that. Did you just Google OnePlus 6T weight and then convert the ounces to kilograms, or what? I want to know the process at which you did that, because that's what I did to figure it out. So
yeah, but yeah. Zach Webb, you were like a split second behind him, but Eric did get that.
Yeah. If Han Solo is asking how many phones are up for grabs, we have 5 phones to give away.
Everyone that wins today gets a phone.
Fantastic.
The trivia van pulling in to collect.
Pulling in. Nah. Eric has won so much, I can honestly say I know his address by heart. And so whenever I just go, I just automatically write his address out. It's ridiculous. That's Eric, so winner you. We like winners here. All right.
Pretty funny.
I'm ready for question number 3.
All right. I am also ready for question number 3. So question number 3 is going up now.
What is the mascot of Larry Page's, co-founder of Google, his high school, the mascot in East Lansing, Michigan? So again, what is the mascot of Larry Page's high school in East Lansing, Michigan?
I like everyone's just throwing out the classics.
Gotta throw out I haven't seen the Bulldog yet. Oh. Hey, I think we got a winner. I do believe. I am seeing Chris Williams.
Looking. I also see that with Trojans.
Correct. Trojan or Trojans. I will allow it. Chris Williams, the first with the correct answer. And then, of course, Curtis Black was right behind him.
Yep, right behind him. But I got Chris W.
Chris W. Congratulations, Chris Williams. Oh,
with the Trojans.
Oh, Trojans.
It threw me off because a bunch of people were like Spartans, which is like kind of close to Trojan. I was like, oh my God, you guys are so close.
Not close enough, though.
Trojan. Nice job, Chris.
Very nice.
You win a OnePlus 6T.
Oh, life is good.
It is good.
All right.
Winners obviously stick around to the end of the show because you'll have to email me.
Yes.
Some of you know that.
Yes. Some of you previous winners know.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go with question number 4, please.
All right. If everyone is ready, question number 4 up now.
What was the original name of Google? So before Google, what was Google called?
I think people might just know this. I did not know. Oh, yeah, Jackson.
Jackson Neathert.
Yep.
With the correct answer of back rub.
Back rub.
Back rub. Jackson, congratulations. I'm going to take a screenshot so I don't lose you.
Jackson with back rub. There's some alphabets in there, which is weird because that's like the new name.
The new one.
Back rub it is. Jackson was asking earlier. He's like, "Hey, what time do you think trivia is gonna start?" I hope you hung out for the whole show, Jack. I know he usually does, but
yep.
Jackson with the win, OnePlus 6T. Back rub.
Congratulations, man! All right, well we've got 4 winners, and we've got one more phone to give away.
We do have one more phone to give away.
So that means we have one more question to ask.
And we had to go there on this last one too.
Yeah. Sort of an interesting question because on certain sheets that you might see, this is not listed. So good luck. I'm ready for question number 5, please.
All right. It's question number 5 going up right now.
What processor powered the Nexus Q? Again, what processor powered the Nexus Q? And all the way was at 2012, I believe.
Xavier just types "fact wars" because why not?
Yeah. Evan Brown got pretty close. So close. I can say it is an OMAP processor.
Oh,
Shane already won. You can't do that. I saw one right after him.
Is it Brett Wright right after him?
Brett Wright, OMAP 4460.
OMAP 4460, Brett Wright right after Shane.
Texas Instruments, baby. Ow, ow, ow.
Texas Instruments. We had to go Nexus Q for the last one. That thing is a legend. It is a legend around these parts. Really Brett Wright with the TI OMAP 4460 in the Nexus Q. I love the Nexus Q.
Congratulations,
everyone. That's everyone gets a OnePlus 16 today. 128 gig mirror black, 6 gig RAM. They work on Verizon. They work on T-Mobile. They work on AT&T. They do not work on Sprint, I don't think. Fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah,
good job, everyone. Tim was throwing the questions at you today.
I had a lot of fun. I've never done the questions the day before, but because I knew we wanted to bump it up, I did these questions yesterday and had a lot of fun making them. I asked them to my girlfriend. And she didn't have a clue what I was talking about the entire time, so I knew that they were good questions. So
yeah, I mean, I looked at them and was like, I obviously don't know offhand the kilogram weight.
Of course, you're gonna have to do a little work.
I don't know the Trojan. I don't even think I knew back rub.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
No. Good stuff there.
Yeah. Abraham asking about Droid Life hoodies. You should see a link underneath the video if you're on desktop. That is.
Yeah, if you're watching the show, you can just just look right below the video. There should be. I will drop you a link here in 1 second. Also. Yeah, hoodies and t-shirts are available if anybody does want to buy those. And if you want them for like the holidays, you should probably order them now because they are made to order. I'm dropping a link to those right now in the chat if you want to do those. T-shirts are $17 and the hoodies are $30. I think those are basically the lowest prices I could go. Teespring would let me. So I don't think we're making even like $1 on those. We're trying to get them as cheap as we can. So $17 for t-shirts, $30 for hoodies. I got one of the hoodies actually. They're actually pretty nice and soft. The t-shirts are solid too.
Who makes the hoodies?
I don't know offhand, to be honest.
Yeah, fanny packs are coming. So 2019 is going to be a huge year of DL swag. First things first, fanny packs, followed by hats, followed by cardigans, windbreakers, etc. And then we got the Jordan collab coming with Faux Supreme Italia.
Yeah, I was going to say the fake Supreme one is coming real soon. Eric Ortiz, Jesus. Eric Ortiz just dropped $20 donation. Says, thank you guys for all you do. Cheers with a beer. Thank you, Eric. Appreciate that so much. You do not have to do that. Appreciate that, though. I'm just glad we can get back.
Pay to play.
It's a phone. That's right. Pay to play. I mean, and you could just bring me a beer. I think you're still outside. You are still outside.
Joking, of course.
Yes. Yeah, Eric is not really outside. I don't know what he drives or where he lives. I mean, I know where he lives, but he doesn't live here. Yeah.
Only because I've had to send him so many damn prizes. Man, he's good.
Dad hats would be dope, Gary. We should maybe make a DL dad hat. I'd also do a snapback too, but we'd have to find like the quality ones, right? That like would look. Shane just dropped $21. Says one-upping Eric. You guys do not have to do. And then Chris Williams just followed that up with 10. Says best Android site around. Thanks so much. You guys do not have to do that. We're just glad we were able to give back. But we really appreciate it. Thank you so much. We're just glad you guys hang out with us every Friday. It's good times.
Did you enter in the email that winners need to contact you with?
Oh yeah, winners.
Don't want to forget that again.
Yeah, we do that every once in a while. Winners, I am dropping the email in the chat right now. So the 5 of you, I think all of you have maybe won before. Email me. Possibly.
Yep. Shane Milton, Eric Ortiz, Chris Williams, Jackson Neatert, and Brett Wright. Please email Kellen.
Send me an email. We will get the 60s. Get them figured out. You may have them by Christmas. I don't know.
It's possible.
Yeah. Either way.
USPS, they're so slow these days.
Yeah, that's true. Good times. I don't really have anything else. Just excited we can do a show. We may do a show next week. That would be the last one basically for the year probably, because there's a full week next week, and then it's Christmas for the following week, and then New Year's the following week. I mean, we'll be around all Fridays, and we have CES coming up, so you never know. We might just hang out next week, do a short show. The problem is this time of year for us, like news-wise, it just really, really slows down.
Yeah.
So sometimes there's not a lot of stuff to talk about on the show, which is why this show was kind of a shorty. And you can only talk about so many Galaxy S10 rumors, to be honest.
That's a good point.
So.
Phone of the year. Someone was asking about phone of the year. Next week, I think we're going to try and have our phone of the year post up. Is it going to be a sleeper? Is it going to be another Pixel? I guess
there'll be some healthy debate, I think, between us about it, because I certainly have the phone that you guys know, the one I probably will tell everyone I know to buy, but I don't know if it's necessarily a phone of the year. Ooh,
man,
let's think about that one. Yeah. Justin Howard says he missed the show. Sorry, Justin. We just gave away 5 phones.
Yeah, you kind of messed up on that one.
Sorry, dude. You just missed it by about 5. We seriously just gave away 5 phones. So I'm sorry. You just joined us. That really sucks. Yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Very cool. I quit my job. I'm taking this money and I'll quit.
Very cool. Alan just dropped $100 and says, "Can I sponsor next week?" What the hell? You can't drop $100. What? You can't do that. Oh my god, dude, that is crazy. Wow, thank you so much. You guys are nuts. Yeah, get the sounds of,
let it ring all day.
Dude, you are crazy. Thank you so much. That is wild. Good lord.
You guys are too much.
You guys are awesome. Very, very, very awesome. That's a lot of beer. Yes, that is. That is a lot of beer.
I'm drunk already, just thinking about it. If anyone's in Las Vegas for CES, feel free to hit us up on Twitter. We will be roaming the halls and always ready to mingle.
Yep, we'll be at CES. I think we get in the 7th, I think it is. Whatever that Sunday is right before us. I think we were there the 6th maybe. 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th, I think, and then we're out. So, yeah, if you're in Vegas for CS, and often some of you are, feel free to hit us up. Sure. We're always down for a beer. We don't actually work that much while we're there. I mean, we do, but we have fun.
When we need to, we do, for sure. I mean, we get our shit, or we get our work done, and then we take it easy.
Garrett says I actually might be there. Oh, we'll be on the strip doing CS stuff. If you are in the area, feel free to shout us out.
Hell yeah. Thank you guys so much again. I mean, that is extremely generous of Eric, Shane, Chris, Alan. You guys are just too cool.
Alan, Jordan with an early dono, Shane with another early dono, Corey with an early dono. You guys are crazy. So crazy. Yeah, thanks so much for tuning in. Winners, again, email me. We'll get you your phones. And, I mean, we might be back for a show next week. We'll definitely want to do like a last show of the year type of thing. So we'll try to do that as well. Thanks so much for joining us, guys.
Peace.